Vikings fans, you guys did it. You got us to 100 subs on our brand new Vikings YouTube channel. So as promised, it is mailbag time. But if you want more videos, you need more subs on that channel. Head over to chatsports.com/VikingsTV. That link will take you right to the YouTube channel. It's also the pinned comment on this video. If you just want to go scroll down and click it. And oh, by the way, you should probably go subscribe to that channel because there are bonus questions on the mailbag only available on that Vikings channel. So Nicolas Cage Hog Dead Meme Incorporated with a absolutely terrifying picture wants to know who says no. Vikings trade Dalvin Cook and Riley Reiff to the Patriots for Joe Thuney and Sony Michel. Well, we'll let you guys chime in as to who says no in a second. It's an intriguing trade idea. A pair of backs, a pair of offensive linemen. I am inclined to believe it is the Patriots who end up saying no. Yes, they clear some cap by getting rid of Joe Thuney, which saves them a significant amount of money. They do have to pay Riley Reiff, though. I think they're downgrading on the offensive line. And although Dalvin Cook has proven to be a better back than Sony Michel so far, is he really a upwards of $10 million better back than what Michel has been? I don't think the Patriots want to invest at the running back spot in that way, at least not at this time, not after just signing Cam Newton. Cook's better than Michel. It's a creative idea. I think the Vikings would say yes to it because they get another cheap young back who obviously isn't nearly as impactful in the passing game as Dalvin Cook. But I think from the Patriots' perspective, I'm not convinced that's a route they want to pursue. I don't think they want to invest the money. They'll invest the draft capital, but not so much the money in the running back position. From Skull Nation, #Vikings, Vikings players that could break out and have a big role in the offense/the defense. Well, it's a great question. Now, I'm going to break my own rules when I do this under the guise of big role, as normally I don't ever allow rookies to be included in breakout players, but I kind of have to include Justin Jefferson, right? Like, that he is going to have a critical role on this Vikings team. Stefon Diggs is gone. They need Jefferson to at least emerge as a quality number 2 receiver for Kirk Cousins. I am curious if Irv Smith could kind of usurp or at least take even more targets away from Kyle Rudolph this season. And then defensively, a lot of different guys I think you could have pursued there. I like Holton Hill. I want him to just stay on the field. He's immensely talented. Mike Hughes, it's almost now or never for him with so much turnover at the cornerback spot. And then kind of saw a bit of a breakout last year from Afadi Odenbo. I don't know if it really happens fully this year, but with Everson Griffin gone, it does make some sense. But I also want to hear from you guys. Who do you believe will break out for the Vikings in 2020? Of course, Dalvin Cook had his major breakout last year. I don't think you're going to see an equally amount of massive growth this year, but sound off for me in the comment section. From Sir Meepsalot, could the Vikings do a deal with the Jets, like Anthony Harris, a 2 and a 3rd, for Jamal Adams? And I think he's right on this next part. It's a lot younger at safety, and you'd have the number 1, number 2 safety in the whole NFL. It's very understandable for Vikings fans to want to pair Jamal Adams and Harrison Smith, although I think he would force Harrison Smith to play a little bit more true free safety than at least he has for at least part of his Vikings career. He's kind of been the, I'm going to play everywhere and make all of the plays. I think the Jets would have some concerns here because Anthony Harris is a good player, but then they're stuck right back in the same spot where they have to pay a safety. They have Marcus May. They just drafted Ashton Davis. I don't think if they trade Adams, they want to add a safety. So that doesn't carry the same value that I think it would for a safety-needy team. That leaves a 2nd and a 3rd, which is not a bad offer, but with Harris not carrying the normal amount of value he would in general, I still think a 1st-round pick has to be included to obtain Jamal Adams if the Vikings are going to pull that off. So I'm typing in my 2. I think the Jets say no. Vikings fans, some deal alert for you guys here. Their jerseys are on sale, 25% off at chatsports.com/Vikings jerseys. They've got Adam Thielen. They've got Kirk Cousins, purple, white. There are also some of the color rush jerseys, which I don't love that much for the Vikings, but those are available. Harrison Smith, and you know what? If you want to go throwback, Randy Moss jerseys, also 25% off. You're not going to find a cheaper official NFL Nike jersey than the ones at chatsports.com Vikings jersey. That link, by the way, in the comments and in the description. All right, back again with Sir Meepslot. Another trade question. You guys love those today. I know the Desmond King rumors of a trade have him going to my Vikings. Don't think Reiff is a part of the deal. Would a 3 get it done? The Desmond King trade rumors started by ESPN when they were like, what if the Chargers traded King for Riley Reiff? Which, if you're Minnesota, I think you're very intrigued by, because Desmond King gives you some more reliability at the cornerback position. They're pretty darn unproven. I like King. The Chargers added Chris Harris. Harris and King, I think the Chargers also believe, are both best in the nickel. Does one of them move outside? I think that's the path LA is trending towards. But the King trade rumors have kind of been around there for a little bit. I think you're right, Sir Meepslot. I don't think Riley Reiff would be involved. If the Chargers were to actually move King, I'm not convinced they would, but I think a 3rd is probably about right for him. All right, from Tony Belcher, more trade ideas. Vikings trade Dalvin Cook and a 5th-round pick to the Dolphins for Xavien Howard and a 3rd-round pick. Tony, if Minnesota could pull that off, you are all over it. I don't see any way in which the Dolphins even consider that deal. Now, I know they paid Byron Jones. I know they drafted Noah Igbinoghene in round 1. They want to win with corners. They're not going to move on from Howard right now. And in general, you kind of run into issues where a team gets the clear-cut best asset, that's Xavien Howard, and either the 2nd or 3rd best asset. Maybe that's the 3rd-round pick. Maybe that's Dalvin Cook. But the Dolphins are not going to do this trade. From Caleb Witt, with the 3s in there, do you think the Vikings make the playoffs? I personally think so, but I see a lot of people counting us out because of our cornerback situation. I would argue it's more defensively overall, given all the losses that side of the ball has sustained. But corner is a concern for Minnesota. I am curious to see how Mike Hughes fares. I want to believe in Holton Hill, but he's got to stay on the field, actually. I'm a big Jeff Gladney guy, so we'll see if he's able to make an impact maybe as the nickel corner in year 1. Cameron Dantzler's probably at least a year away in theory. Maybe Chris Boyd can help you out as well. So I understand the concerns there around the cornerback room. It's unproven. It's a little bit raw, and as a result, it's a little bit risky. Now, as for making the playoffs and winning the NFC North, I don't have a great feel for how this division is going to go down. I think you're going to see a very close race. The Packers, I firmly believe, will come back down to earth. They are a prime regression candidate. Minnesota, I like the play-action offense with Cousins and Cook. If, of course, Cook is there, there's some more uncertainty. The Bears have the defense. Is the quarterback going to be good enough? And the Lions were actually kind of good at football before Matthew Stafford got hurt and went down. So they're going to compete for a playoff spot. The Vikings will. I would not be surprised if they won the NFC North. I also wouldn't be that surprised if maybe they were the first team eliminated in terms of the first team out of the playoff race with the added wild card spot this year. Now, Vikings fans, if you think Minnesota's going to make the playoffs, I want you guys to like this video. What to do, just like it. That way we'll know so many Vikings fans are feeling confident this year about their team. Over now to Reese Lolly, #Vikings. Was it a good idea to trade Diggs to get Jefferson? I don't think it's a fair viewpoint to go that the Vikings traded Diggs to get Jefferson. They traded Diggs because Diggs didn't want to be there anymore, had to find a new receiver, and ended up getting Jefferson. And in terms of once you traded Diggs, Jefferson was about as good as you were going to hope for where Minnesota was drafting. So they put up bonkers numbers last year at LSU, part of that unbelievably high-powered offensive attack. I think he's going to have a really good year for Minnesota, at least within reason in terms of how good rookies are going to perform. He's going to need to be that number 2 guy immediately behind Adam Thielen. We'll see if B.C. Johnson can emerge or if Tajay Sharp can ever live up to that 1 year of fantasy hype, his first year with Tennessee. There's going to be opportunities for Jefferson. Is he going to be as good as Stefon Diggs? Absolutely not in year 1. Is he going to be as good as Stefon Diggs in his prime? I'm not even sure. But I do think that after trading away Diggs, he didn't want to do it. He kind of had to do that. Getting Jefferson was a really good pick by the Minnesota Vikings. All you can do right now is judge based on who was on the board, and from that perspective, it was a good move and a good draft overall by Minnesota.